everyone, it's Angela from Cloudfetti, and today I'm sharing how to make a peppermint swirl out of polymer clay. So to start out, I have equal sized balls of red and translucent clay, and because the red clay stains a lot, I'm going to mix the two together to stop it from happening as much. I've then gone ahead and done the same thing with some white clay. So now that I have the red and white balls, I'm cutting them both in half horizontally with my blade, and all my cuts will be horizontal for this. And then removing one half of each, and piecing the leftover halves together, just trying to get rid of any gaps. And then placing it vertically and cutting it in half again. And then just taking the top half and flipping it over and carefully placing them back together, making sure that the pattern lines up on both sides so that it looks like a juggling ball. And then cutting it in half, turning it 90 degrees, and cutting it again so that it's in quarters. So now that I have 4 wedges, you'll see that it goes red, white, white, red, and so on. I'm then removing the top piece from the right, which is white and red, and flipping it around so the colours are the opposite way, and placing it back in. And I'm doing the same to the bottom left so that I have alternating colours in red, and white, and so on. And then I'm gently rolling the ball to remove the gaps. So now to make the swirl design, I've cut out a small square of paper to work on so that it grips it a little bit better. So just placing the ball on top of it. I then have a small acrylic block. If you don't have one, you could use a clear piece of plastic. And I'm just gently placing the block on top of the ball and making small circles on the paper. And I'm just doing this in one direction only, applying even pressure until the swirl has formed. And then once I have the pattern, the peppermint is sort of a UFO shape, so I'm using the block to squish it down gently so that it flattens it a little bit into sort of like a flat UFO. And now the clay is a tiny bit pink from the red colour transferring to the white, so I'm dipping a cotton bud or Q-tip into some nail polish remover and just cleaning the white sections on the front and back. And you could also use some isopropyl alcohol to do this. So now it's time to add the face, so I'm using a dotting tool to poke holes for the eyes to go. And adding in little balls of black. And a tiny U shape for the mouth. Then for the cheeks, I'm pressing on some tiny balls of light pink. Next, I'm inserting an eye pin to turn it into a charm, and then just baking it fully using my package's instructions. And then lastly, once everything's cooled down completely, I'm securing the eye pin with some Superglue. And brushing on some UV resin to make it nice and shiny. And that's all for this tutorial. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!